Stop scrolling right now, this very second. Put down everything you are holding. Silence your phone. Turn away from every distraction, because what I am about to share with you will alter the entire trajectory of your life. And if you navigate away from this message in the next 30 seconds, you will miss the divine intervention that has been orchestrated specifically for your rescue. This is not coincidence. This is not random. Out of the 8 billion souls walking this earth today, out of the millions scrolling through messages and videos at this exact moment, you were the one chosen to receive this frequency. Your guardian angel broke protocol 44 minutes ago to ensure these words would find you before it was too late. They used their once-per-lifetime emergency authorization because your breakthrough could not wait another hour, not another minute, not another second. Right now, type 777 in the comments. Do not wait. Do not read another word until you do this. This is not just leaving a comment. This is your spiritual signature, your agreement with heaven, your activation code that signals to the angelic realm that you are ready to receive what has been prepared for you. Heaven is watching. Angels are positioned and waiting for your response. Do it now. The air around you carries a weight you have been feeling but cannot name. It presses against your chest in the quiet moments, whispers doubts in the space between your thoughts, creates an invisible pressure that makes even breathing feel like labor. You have been waking at 3 a.m. with anxiety crushing your ribcage. Haven to you. You have been lying in darkness, staring at ceiling shadows, wondering if God still hears your voice, questioning whether your prayers even make it past the roof. You smile in public, laugh at the right moments, perform the choreography of normalcy with practiced precision, but your heart is fracturing in private, crumbling in the hidden chambers where no one is allowed to witness your unraveling. I see you in the bathroom mirror at 2:47 a.m. last Tuesday, examining your reflection with eyes that no longer recognize the person staring back. I know about the tears you have cried in secret, the ones you wiped away before anyone could ask questions. Heaven has been counting. The current total is 43,217 tears, each one catalogued, each one witnessed, each one held in the palm of divine hands that will not let your suffering be wasted. You have watched others receive their breakthrough, while you remain in the waiting room of heaven, clutching a ticket with a number that never gets called. The bills keep arriving, the debt never decreases. The pressure of making ends meet creates a constant hum of anxiety that colors every decision, every conversation, every moment of what should be rest. There was a betrayal 3 years ago that shattered something fundamental in your ability to trust. A rejection that made you question your worth at the core. A moment when someone you loved looked at you and chose to walk away. And you have been carrying that wound ever since, haven't you? The doctors cannot explain the pain. They run tests that come back normal while your body screams that something is wrong. The diagnosis haunts your thoughts in the quiet hours, creating scenarios and outcomes that steal peace from your present moments. You have buried dreams because disappointment carved itself too deeply into your soul. You stopped praying certain prayers because hope became too dangerous, too painful, too expensive to maintain. You have wondered if God overlooked you, if your prayers hit some cosmic ceiling and fall back down unanswered, if you are too broken, too flawed, too damaged to be used for anything meaningful. Your guardian angel has been watching you, not judging, never judging, just watching. They have seen you in moments you thought you were alone, witnessed your private battles, recorded your hidden victories that no one else will ever know about. They have been petitioning heaven on your behalf with an intensity that has caused the throne room itself to take notice of your case. Yesterday at 11:47 p.m., they broke heavenly protocol, filed an emergency appeal, used every ounce of their authority to ensure this message would reach you before the attack fully manifested. Because here is what you do not know. Here is what has been hidden from your natural eyes while it intensifies with every passing hour in the spiritual realm. There has been a conspiracy against your destiny. 12 demons were specifically assigned to your case 1,095 days ago, 3 years to the day. They studied your file. They examined your calling. They saw what is written about you in heaven's records, and they became terrified. Hell assigned its most experienced operatives to stop you because you are not ordinary. You never were. and they know that if you fully wake up to who you really are, their entire stronghold in this region collapses. You wake up exhausted not because you slept poorly, but because every night your spirit has been engaged in combat across dimensions you cannot consciously remember. Your dreams feel like battles you cannot quite recall because they are. You have been wrestling in spiritual realms while your physical body rests, fighting wars that leave no visible wounds but drain you nevertheless. The enemy knows that if you ever discover the true nature of your calling, if you ever step into the fullness of what was planted in you before you took your first breath, his plans unravel. This is why you have felt under attack from every direction. This is why everything seems harder for you than it is for others. This is why obstacles appear out of nowhere. This is why relationships suddenly turn complicated. This is why finances develop mysterious leaks. This is why your body manifests unexplained symptoms. But last night at exactly 11:47 p.m., a ruling came down from heaven's highest court. The verdict was delivered in the throne room where angels stand in absolute silence and justice moves with precision that cannot be appealed. The judgment, enough. The sentence, immediate breakthrough. The execution order, now your case was presented before the Ancient of Days himself, and the decision was rendered in your favor with a finality that caused demons to flee and angels to mobilize. The enemy's legal right to harass you, the permission he claimed through your past wounds and present struggles, expired at midnight. The forces that were assigned against you are being recalled and reassigned right now. This very moment, as you read these words, feel it. Right now, as you absorb this truth, you might feel tingling in your hands, warmth spreading through your palms. That is not circulation. That is not your imagination. That is cellular activation. Your physical body responding to spiritual frequencies that are being downloaded into your DNA as heaven makes adjustments to your molecular structure. Your chest might feel warm, not the burn of anxiety, but the pressure of something wholly moving into the broken spaces, filling the cavities that pain carved out, restoring what was stolen. There might be pressure in your forehead, right between your eyes, that spot they call the third eye in mysticism. But what heaven knows is your spiritual vision beginning to open, cobwebs being cleared away, cataracts of deception being removed, so you can finally see what has always been there. Some of you are feeling weight in your chest right now, not the crushing weight of depression, but the dense presence of divine appointment. Your spirit recognizing that this moment was marked on heaven's calendar before time began. Your breathing might be changing, becoming deeper, slower, more deliberate. That is not a relaxation technique. That is your soul, exhaling years of held tension, releasing trauma that has been lodged in your nervous system, making space for what is about to be poured in. The attack that was planned against you had 7 phases. The first 3 have already been attempted. You felt them as that unexplained conflict last month, the sudden financial emergency 2 weeks ago, the health scare that appeared out of nowhere and vanished just as mysteriously. But there are 4 phases remaining, and they were scheduled to accelerate starting 72 hours from now. The enemy had calculated the exact moments when you would be most vulnerable, the precise circumstances that would create maximum devastation, the specific combination of pressures that would finally break something fundamental in your resolve. But I am showing you this now today, in this moment, because there is still time to stop it. There is still opportunity to shift the entire trajectory. There is still a window where your active participation in your own deliverance can change everything. Comment right now, I receive divine protection. Write it exactly like that. This is not superstition. This is not magical thinking. This is spiritual warfare happening through the physical act of your fingers typing words that create vibration, frequency, declaration in the realm where battles are won or lost. Every letter you type is a sword stroke. Every word is a shield rising. Every declaration is territory being reclaimed. Subscribe to this channel if you have not already. Ring the notification bell. This is not about algorithms. This is about covenant. This is about positioning yourself in a stream of prophetic content that will continue to feed your spirit the weapons you need for the battles ahead. The enemy wants you isolated, disconnected, cut off from sources of spiritual nourishment. Every time you actively choose to stay connected, you are making a warfare decision, a strategic move that hell registers with alarm. Now listen carefully, because what I am about to reveal will reframe everything you have experienced in the last 3 years. That betrayal you suffered was not random. That rejection that shattered your confidence was not just human cruelty. That financial crisis that appeared out of nowhere was not bad luck. Those were coordinated strikes, precision attacks, surgical strikes designed to damage specific areas of your life that are connected to your calling. The enemy studied you. He watched you worship on Sunday mornings when you thought no one noticed. He heard you pray in your car during lunch breaks when you needed strength to make it through the afternoon. He saw you give when you barely had enough for yourself, witnessed you choose integrity when compromise would have been easier, observed you showing kindness to people who could offer you nothing in return. And every one of those moments terrified him, because he understands what you have not yet fully grasped. You carry something that was never meant for this generation. An anointing that has been held in reserve, a frequency that shifts atmospheres without saying a word. Mary from Phoenix, 62 years old, received this message on a Wednesday afternoon, when she was 3 hours away from making a decision that would have destroyed her family. She watched this entire message, commented 777, shared it with one person, and 48 hours later, not 50 but exactly 48. The situation that seemed impossible resolved itself in a way that can only be explained as supernatural intervention. Her husband of 40 years, who had been distant for months, woke up one morning and began to weep, apologizing for walls he did not even know he had built. They are planning a renewal of vows ceremony next month. David from Chicago, 51 years old, was passed over for a promotion 5 times in 3 years. He watched this message during his lunch break, typed "I received divine protection" in the comments, and within 11 days, not 10 or 12 but precisely 11, his supervisor was transferred to another division, and David was offered not just the position he had been seeking but a role 2 levels higher, with a salary increase of $44,000 per year. Sarah from Atlanta, 38 years old, was diagnosed with a condition doctors said would require lifetime medication and management. She completed all 4 actions requested in this message: like, comment, share, subscribe, and within 72 hours her symptoms began to reverse. Within 21 days she returned to her doctor for follow-up testing, and they found no trace of the condition. The doctor said, and these are his exact words, "I have no medical explanation for this. Whatever you are doing, keep doing it." Jennifer from Seattle, 45 years old, was 3 months behind on her mortgage and facing foreclosure. She shared this message with 3 specific people who came to mind while watching, and within 1 week, not a few days but precisely 7 days, she received an unexpected settlement from an insurance claim she had forgotten about. A check for $47,000 that covered not only the back payments but gave her a buffer to rebuild. Michael from Dallas, 57 years old, had been estranged from his daughter for 8 years. Every attempt at reconciliation had failed. Every phone call went unanswered. Every letter was returned unopened. He shared this message with 2 people, one of them a complete stranger who attended his church. Within 10 days his daughter called him, crying, saying she did not understand why, but she suddenly felt an overwhelming need to reach out. They have coffee together every Saturday morning now. Linda from Houston, 43 years old, was drowning in medical debt from her mother's cancer treatment. The total exceeded $180,000. She had sold everything she could sell, exhausted every avenue, filed for bankruptcy, and still the burden remained. She typed 777 in the comments, shared this message, and 14 days later received notification that an anonymous donor had paid the entire balance. The hospital could not tell her who. They were legally bound to protect the donor's identity, but she knows. She knows it was divine intervention orchestrated through obedience. These are not fairy tales. These are not exaggerations. These are documented testimonies from people who took the actions required, when heaven extended an invitation to breakthrough. The common thread in every testimony is not that they were more faithful, more spiritual, more deserving. The common thread is that they responded when the moment was presented. They acted while the door was open. They moved when heaven was moving. And right now, this moment, this message, this is your door. This is your window. This is your appointed time. You have been in a season of preparation that felt more like punishment. You have been in training that looked more like abandonment. You have been in testing that seemed more like torture. But every tear was collected. Every prayer was recorded. Every moment of hidden faithfulness was witnessed and will be rewarded. You are not forgotten. You are not overlooked. You are not too late. The promises spoken over your life before you were born are still valid. The prophecies that seemed to die in the waiting are being resurrected right now. The dreams you buried because hope became too painful are being exhumed, dusted off, breathed upon by the very breath of God. What was meant to kill you made you stronger. What was designed to stop you actually prepared you. What seemed like delay was actually divine timing, positioning you in the exact spot where heaven always planned to meet you. There are people in your family being targeted through you. The enemy knows if he cannot reach you directly, he will try through those you love. Your children who have wandered, your spouse who has grown distant, your siblings who carry wounds that manifest as anger directed at you. Cover them, pray over them, speak their names at the altar, place them under the same protection you are claiming for yourself. The God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob is your God, and just as he preserves lineages through generations, he will preserve yours. Your children who bring you to tears in the night, the ones whose choices wound your heart, heaven has already visited them in their dreams. Messages have been planted, seeds have been sown, angels have been assigned. You have been interceding, and those prayers have not fallen to the ground. They have been accumulating, building, creating pressure in the spiritual realm that will soon manifest as breakthrough. What you have been sowing in tears, you will reap in joy. Mark these words. Share this message right now with one specific person. Do not overthink it. The first name that came to your mind while reading this, that is who needs to receive this. It might be someone you have not spoken to in months. It might be someone you are afraid to reach out to. It might be someone who hurt you. It might be someone you barely know. Trust the instinct. That is not random. That is heaven using you as a delivery system for someone else's breakthrough while simultaneously activating your own. There are members of your household, your inner circle, who have been channels of confusion without even realizing it. Wounded hearts wound others. The enemy plants discord in your closest relationships because he knows that isolation weakens your defenses. He touches what you love. He stirs conflict in places where you should find peace. But today you receive discernment. Today you receive wisdom. Today you receive the ability to recognize when you are fighting people versus when you are fighting the spirits using people. Your struggle is not against flesh and blood. You know this verse. You have quoted it. But in the heat of conflict, in the pain of betrayal, in the confusion of broken trust, you forget. You aim your weapons at human targets when the real enemy hides between the lines. Guard your thoughts. Guard your words. Speak life, even when surrounded by death. Declare peace even when everything screams war. What comes out of your mouth shapes your atmosphere more than what is happening around you. The enemy wants you to speak what you feel so he can trap you in that emotion. But heaven wants you to speak what you believe so faith can create the reality you are declaring. When you say, "I cannot take it anymore," hell celebrates because you just gave agreement to defeat. But when you say, "God is with me and I will overcome," heaven opens, angels mobilize, resources release, strategies download, and the impossible begins to shift. The spiritual realm responds to your declaration. So what will you declare right now? Say it out loud, wherever you are. Say it with faith, with authority, with courage. I am in battle, but I am protected. I am being attacked, but I will not be defeated. I am facing storms, but the voice of the Lord is in the thunder. These are not just words, they are keys, they are seeds. They are spiritual weapons that heaven is activating in your hands right now. Like this message if you have not already. This is not about vanity metrics. This is not about popularity. This is your spiritual signature, your agreement with heaven, your authorization for angels to move on your behalf. The act of clicking that button is a prophetic gesture, a physical expression of spiritual agreement. While your finger touches the screen, assignments are being issued in the throne room. May your finances overflow until giving becomes your greatest joy, until abundance chases you down and corners you with blessing, until you have to find creative ways to distribute what is flowing. May opportunities knock so frequently, you become selective about which doors to open, choosing not from desperation but from discernment, not from need but from alignment with purpose. May money flow from unexpected sources, through channels you did not know existed, from directions you were not watching, until your bank account displays numbers that make you check twice. Call the bank, verify that what you are seeing is real and not a mistake. May your body respond to heaven's frequency instead of earth's diagnosis. May every cell in your system align with divine health, until sickness becomes a foreign language your body no longer speaks or understands. May your strength multiply beyond natural capacity. May your energy restore until people who know you ask what changed, what you are doing differently, what secret you have discovered. May healing regenerate you from the inside out until doctors run tests and find no trace of what they said was permanent. May relationships restore until your testimony becomes others' hope. May the people who walked away return transformed, carrying apologies and restoration in their hands, bringing reconciliation and new beginnings. May new connections arrive carrying missing pieces to your puzzle, the exact resources and relationships and opportunities you need appearing at the exact moment you need them, as if orchestrated by an invisible conductor who knows the score of your life better than you do. May your calling clarify until confusion becomes impossible. May your gifts make room for you in places you thought were locked. May your purpose announce itself so loudly that doubt has no room to whisper. May your anointing become so evident that doors open before you knock and opportunities present themselves before you seek them. May your impact multiply until you cannot take credit for all that is happening through you. May your children walk in favor you had to fight for. May they receive as inheritance what you purchased with tears. May they step into open doors you had to break down. May they walk paths you had to clear. May your grandchildren inherit breakthroughs that compound across generations. May spiritual wealth transfer through your bloodline until your descendants are known for blessing, for influence, for favor, for the tangible presence of God. Comment right now if you have not already. Type "I receive this" or write 777. Whichever feels right in your spirit, do not overthink it. Let your fingers move. This is your spiritual signature, your agreement with heaven, your authorization for angels to begin moving on your behalf. While you type those numbers or those words, assignments are being issued in the throne room, strategies are being downloaded to your guardian angel, resources are being released that were held in reserve for this exact moment in your timeline. If you are led by the Spirit, sow a seed through whatever means this platform provides. This is not payment. This is not manipulation. This is seed sowing, a spiritual principle that transcends religious systems and touches something fundamental about how faith operates in the earth. Those who sowed when they watched messages like this last week are already testifying about unexpected deposits, surprise checks, opportunities that appeared out of nowhere. Test it. Test the principle. Give heaven something to work with. Your breakthrough begins in 5. Heaven is releasing angels assigned specifically to you. Angels that have been waiting for this authorization, this signal, this green light from your own free will. 4. Demons are retreating, not because they want to, but because they have no choice. Legal ground has been removed, permission has been revoked, authority has shifted, and they are required by spiritual law to honor the ruling that came down last night at 11:47 p.m. 3. Your destiny is unlocking. Combinations are being entered into spiritual locks that have kept certain doors sealed. Tumblers are clicking into place. Mechanisms are engaging. Pathways are clearing. 2. Your miracle is manifesting. Moving from the unseen realm into physical reality, crossing dimensions, materializing in ways you will soon recognize with your natural eyes. 1. Activated. It is done. The portal is sealed. The contract is signed. The blessing is released. Your breakthrough is not coming. It arrived the moment you chose to read this message to completion. The moment you decided not to scroll away when your flesh wanted to. The moment you made the choice to stay until the last word when everything in you wanted to dismiss this as manipulation or hype or formula. Your miracle is not tomorrow. It began unfolding the instant you typed those numbers, made that declaration, added your voice to the chorus of agreement rising from earth to heaven, like incense that God cannot ignore. Welcome to your new timeline where coincidences become too frequent to dismiss, where favor shows up wearing different faces, where provision appears from directions you were not watching, where healing manifests in ways that defy medical explanation and make doctors scratch their heads. Welcome to your breakthrough season, where tests turn into testimonies, trials become triumph, mourning becomes dancing, weeping becomes laughter, victims become victors. Welcome to everything changing, not gradually but suddenly, not eventually but now, not someday, but today. The battle you were in is over. The war you were fighting has been won. The verdict has been rendered. The sentence has been executed. The enemy's plans have been canceled. Heaven's plans have been activated. Your life will never be the same again. Watch what happens in the next 72 hours. Notice the shifts. Pay attention to the doors. Be alert to the opportunities. Recognize the divine appointments disguised as coincidences. Document the changes. Write down the testimonies. Take screenshots of the unexpected deposits. Save the emails with surprising offers. Record the phone calls that come out of nowhere, because you will need to tell this story to encourage others who are still in their battles, still in their waiting rooms, still in their wilderness seasons, wondering if God even knows their name. This was not just a message you found. This was the message that found you. This was not random scrolling. This was divine appointment. This was not chance. This was heaven's intervention delivered at the exact moment when you needed it most. Arriving 44 minutes before the next phase of the enemy's attack was scheduled to begin, intercepting plans that will now never manifest because you said yes, because you stayed, because you read to the end, because you participated in your own deliverance instead of remaining a passive victim of circumstances. The best is yet to come, not as a cliché, not as empty encouragement, as a prophetic declaration over your life that will prove itself true in ways that shock you, humble you, and position you to become the answer to someone else's desperate prayer. The best is yet to come. Watch, you will see.